my grandma's sitting there with a Twisted Tea in a cup holder. And I'm like, no, not iced tea, it's got alcohol in it.
Down the street, it's breaking up really bad. That's really bad. Alright guys, what's going on? So today we got a bunch of maintenance stuff we're gonna hopefully take care of. One of which is trying to get this piece of junk to run. See if we can fix our fuel voltage injector issue and try to get the thing to actually start. Another thing we're gonna do is actually touch up a few things on this car. One of which we need to do is do plugs, air cleaner, because just judging by the engine bay in this thing, the air box is probably full of dirt. And I didn't realize that. I was kind of like, well, I should probably check that. Probably just kind of blow everything off with air and make sure everything's, you know, decently clean. Check tranny fluids. I don't think I've ever checked that since I've owned this car. And just kind of make sure everything's still good. Check the oil, check all stuff before we have a desert trip coming up in about a month. So I just kind of want to get a little jump start on it. And you can see we're probably going to change the wheels and tires on this thing. You can see the tires aren't in the best shape. These are 11 years old, but they've held up really well. So I think I'm going to do a different wheel design, and I might go from a 31 up to a 33-inch tire. I haven't quite decided yet. I got to take a couple measurements, make sure everything's going to clear. The last thing I want to do is spend a bunch of money on wheels and tires and then immediately, you know, smash the body in because they don't fit at all. So I got a few things we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with this car so I can just knock out the plugs real quick, and I'll pull them all and land them out on the bench and see what we got. No, where's mine?
What?
Where's mine?
Well, I didn't plan on drinking this, but I walked in the house, and my grandma's sitting there with a Twisted Tea in a cup holder. And I'm like,
Grandma's freaking partying.
And I'm like, you know it's not tea, right? And she goes, no, it's TV. It's just, yeah, I know, it's just on Netflix and stuff. And I'm like, no, your drink, that's not iced tea, it's got alcohol in it. And she goes, oh, really? And I'm like, yeah, look, it's got 5% alcohol in it. She's like, oh, here.
Those don't look too bad. I thought that was going to be a lot worse.
Those look fine, actually.
Yeah, no, this one looks really good. Crown Vic is superior. Alright guys, so here's the plugs that came out of this thing, and you can see those are not in the greatest of shape. So they worked all good. It looks like the car was running good, which is nice. Nothing was running lean or rich or anything, but you can see I think moisture was starting to sit in there from the car just sitting, and the plugs are starting to wear out. So it's a good thing we changed them. And then I pulled our air cleaner out, which you can see right here. This is idiot kicks. Check this out. Just wiggling it around. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. That thing is full of dirt. And check this out. I'm rich. Check this out. Oh yeah, look at all that gold. That is straight up gold. I'm rich, guys. I think this town car came with like 24 carats of gold in it. Look at all that. It's crazy. And of course I pulled the throttle body off to get access to the plugs, and this thing broke, so that's cool. I'm gonna have to get another one of these now. I didn't realize this is this fragile, so that's gonna have a big vacuum link, and it's just gonna eat dirt, so that means I gotta find another one of these, which is gonna be great. But other than that, it should run a lot better, so hopefully it works. Alright, so this thing managed to say goodbye, and I tried just doing a couple little quick fixes, see if I actually didn't have to epoxy this thing on, and the car ran horribly, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually epoxy this in, and hopefully that fixes our mouth issue. I think it's kind of like confused and getting more air than it should, so it stutters really bad. So I'm gonna try to put that all back together, clean this whole thing, and hopefully that'll do the trick. Okay, so I got the glue setting on this before I epoxy it and let the glue harden. So while I'm waiting on that, one car is broken. I'm gonna try to fix another. So like I said, I don't have a trigger wire. I don't have voltage going to the injector. So what I'm gonna try is put it in the on position. And from my understanding, I had no voltage. So I'm just gonna unplug basically every injector going down on the fuel rail. I'm gonna check 12-volt continuity through basically every injector to make sure. If I don't have voltage, I'm pretty sure I have an issue at the 10 pin, and kind of go through. There's a kind of a checklist online for Foxbodies on current issues and what what things you can do to fix that. So I'm gonna kind of run through the whole thing and basically go A to B and figure out where my problem is. So I'm gonna start with the voltage. Okay, so I got my multimeter. I pulled off the plug on number 1, and we have a red wire, and I think that's an orange wire. So our red wire, when the key is on, my fuel pump will automatically turn on. The prime solenoid isn't working; it's bypassed, so it's gonna turn the fuel pump on. I should have 12 volts at that plug. If I don't, I need to check the 10-pin connectors. So that's where I'm gonna start. And I have 12 volts at this plug. Yeah, so I have 11.45 volts there. Battery's kind of dead, so that's fine. Okay, so I do. Okay, so we have voltage going to the injector, but it's not firing. It's weird. So there's a checklist for this, so I'm kind of running through it right now. So it's telling me basically, so if I don't have 12 volts, check the connector. If I do, good 12 volts is there and you have a wiring problem with the 10-pin connector. So I'm basically going to be looking at the 10-pin connector, which is directly behind it, make sure those are still good. Those are wrapped in tape because the bracket never existed. Because as you guys know, the wiring in this thing isn't the greatest. So I'm gonna go ahead and backtrack a little bit and try to figure out why my trigger wire is not firing the injector. So that's kind of what I think is going on here. Dude, I would be so pissed, honestly. Wait, I gotta plug the math in. Okay, wait. Okay, now try it. Interesting. So I have voltage at the injector on both sides at the front injector, which means all of them will have voltage. I have voltage at the MAF when the key's on, so I have an issue probably with either the 10-pin or I fried something in the computer. So I don't know what the hell is going on. I have a brand new PIP TFI sensor distributor. The entire damn thing's new. The plug's new. The coil has voltage. Try it again. I did. That was plugged in every other time I tried to start it. It's not gonna make a difference. I'm gonna kill myself. Alright, this video's over. This video's over. Video is over. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you are new.
It helps if you give your distributor power so you get this little spark just for the motor.
That is not, no, because that's bullshit. I had that plugged in every other time I checked it. What did I do differently? That makes 0 sense. I've changed nothing. What the f? Are you kidding me? That makes literally no sense at all.
Okay.
I swear, that makes 0 sense. I don't understand. That's probably pig wrist right now.
It is. I smell it.
Just, yeah. So it needs to clear all the crap out. It's been sitting here for like 3 weeks. And if the injectors have been on, then technically it's been putting fuel into it and not firing. So it's probably got a bunch of fuel in there, carbon crap, but that doesn't make any sense. Alright, I put the timing roughly back to where it was. I'm gonna see what. I think it likes that a lot better. Sure what the cutout is. It's like exactly at 3,000 RPMs. If I go to 3,100, it starts to cut out a little bit. I don't know why. And it's not like it's a fuel cut. It's like a distinct electronic ignition cut. I think I'm gonna retime it and then make sure that it, knows it's being retimed. The computer resets itself. But I don't know what that's. I mean, it runs great. I don't know why it won't rev out at all. So I kind of just let it warm up. I'm trying to get the thermostat to open. It's been sitting for a while. I'm just on a roll today, so I don't know why this video is being like something where it's just me not plugging stuff in, but I'm not plugging stuff in apparently. So that whole not revving thing was because we're firing on 7 cylinders, boys. I was testing for voltage on this side, and I left the injector plug off, so we run on 7 cylinders. So obviously, and it ran that smooth on 7 cylinders.
Now let's see how smooth it runs on 8.
It'll probably run fine, but that's probably why I didn't rev up. But man,
More than likely.
God, I suck. Oh, we're running good now.
It runs even smoother.
I know. The thing runs
Crazy when you have all 8 cylinders firing.
Yeah, right. Fixed it.
All good.
Holy crap, that thing is spicy.
Heck yeah. I'm up, you're up.
What time is it? Oh, it's only 9.
Ah, they're fine.
Alright guys, next day, so it's time to let that thing sit. I went ahead and I put the throttle body back on the town car and it didn't do a dang thing. And I noticed when you unplug the MAF on that car while it's running, it doesn't do anything. Normally, from my understanding with OBD1 cars, if you unplug the MAF sensor while the car is running, it should either run like crap or die. It does nothing. So I think the MAF in that car is dead. And when I changed the plugs, either it was already dead and it's not, you know, adjusting the tune for the different plugs, or I killed it in the process of moving the throttle body, which I have no idea how. So I gotta pull that off, go get a new one. But this thing still runs. It's the next day and I went and fired it up and it still does run, but man, you can just see how much dirt's on this thing. It's been sitting here for 2 or 3 weeks over me just jiggling a connector. Isn't that like, that's just doesn't sound right to me. So I don't know what's going on there. But I did look, like in the previous video where I broke it, the distributor was plugged in. So I think literally there's just a loose connection at the 10 pin, which is the main chassis to engine harness connector. So I think I'm gonna unravel that and kind of open it up and make sure all the connections in there are good. But other than that, it runs great. So I don't know what the hell happened. It's really kind of weird. But this thing seems to be good so far, so I can start putting it back together. But we do need to go get that MAF, and then we're gonna take his fancy car and go get it weighed. What do you think it weighs?
I don't want to over guess or under guess, but I would say 3,300. That's my guess.
Really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say 3,800.
No, it's definitely not 30.
Really?
Yeah, it's online. It says like 34.
Stock?
That's stock. Yeah. I don't know if that how much fluid or whatever.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Wow, that's a lot lighter than I thought it was for a wagon.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It is a lot lighter than
Yeah. Damn. Okay. That thing we weighed and it weighs 3,500 even. 3,660 with me in the truck, so I'm about 160 pounds. So it is exactly a 3,500 pound truck. So it's actually pretty light for what it is. But I want to weigh the Foxbody. I think this weighs like 2,700 pounds or maybe a little bit more than that. I don't know. I don't know. What does your Foxbody weigh? Let me know. Alright, so we're gonna take this turd out for a drive, see if it actually like it drives good or if it is gonna break. I'm probably gonna retime it too. I think it's got a lot of timing in it, so. Alright, so I went down the street and it's breaking up really bad. That's really bad. It's fine now.
It's like as it chips in.
Anything above 2,000, it's like, nope. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's got a flat spot I gotta find. So it is not fixed, but hey, it runs.
One step closer.
Baby steps. Well, I guess we'll have to figure it out tonight and tomorrow. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and retime the thing because I had to move the distributor just to get it to run right. It's either a fuel cutting issue or it's an ignition timing issue. So I'm gonna start by resetting the ignition, pulling that little plug and actually retiming it the correct way. I think at like 15 degrees initial is what these things like. I don't know, I have to look into it a little bit more. Getting the computer to factory reset all the ignition timing, make sure that's all good to go. And then make sure I'm getting voltage so all the fuel injectors properly because I think that 10 pin might be messed up. So I'm gonna check that. And then if that still doesn't fix it, I think this MSD coil might be too hot for a stock distributor, so I might put the stock coil back in it and see if that changes anything. So a couple things, hopefully one of those fixes it, but we'll see. Alright, so I'm gonna verify timing real quick. So I got timing light hooked up, a little probe right here, we're gonna unplug. That guy's out, and should be able to fire it up. Put it at 15. So I'm just gonna start there. It's acting like it's a tooth off or a plug wire off. Put it at 15. So roughly, I mean, if I pull the cap off, that should be lined up with 1. There's 15. And it's directly on it. Pick up a plug wire off. So I threw our base timing at 15 exactly. When the distributor is at 15 degrees on the balancer, or when it's at 15 degrees on the balancer, perfectly aligned with plug number 1 in the position that I have it right now. Okay, so that was exactly at 12. I got it that time. I don't know what was going on. I think it was just something was out of whack. Verified firing order. Everything else is good. So now it's at 12. I think 12 is more conservative since I'm not running, you know, any high octane fuel or anything. I'm not trying to make 1,000 horsepower of this piece of junk. So I'll leave it there for now. Yeah, it's still doing it.
like a anti-lag, dude.
I know. Yeah, it sounds like it has a two-step. It's still doing it. I don't know what the heck's wrong with it. So, ignition's good. So I'm gonna check the 10 pin, and then, God, what else could it be? What else did I say? I'll have to look at the clip. I said that.
Coils.
Oh, change the coil. It might actually be the coil, because I think I have. Can you put an MSD coil on a stock distributor? I don't know.
I don't know.
Find out. Alright, this thing's bricked again for right now. So for the time being, there's a car meet later tonight. So I'm gonna bring the F100 because it's a nice, reliable show car. Yes. So I'll fire that thing up, let it warm up, and hop on that thing. I always suckered Sean into going. I wanted to document this experience. It's a very rare sight of Sean actually cleaning a vehicle. Very rare. Doesn't happen often. This thing does look half decent when it's clean though.
I don't know if oh yeah.
Yeah. She cleans up mint. You can see all the metallic flake in that paint. And in the sun it looks really good. Sean likes to quote, it's a desert truck, so it doesn't need to be perfect. It's never gonna be completely clean. Or hey, he actually washed it, I'll give him that.
Paint's clean.
Yeah, it's clean-ish. Over here, somewhere over here. I haven't been to it before, like I said, but man, it's nice out. All right, a little bit more import based, but that's all right. I have to look. I always have to look.
Custom 5.
Oh, I might have to get that. I don't think I have that one. Ain't bad. That's kind of cool. So I know a bunch of people watching are probably like, oh wow, import meat, boring, but at the end of the day, we're just gonna sit at home and do nothing, so might as well come out and enjoy the car community. If you have one, enjoy it. So it's still kind of cool. We're definitely the lone soldiers over there. You can see that. It's literally just me and Sean.
The only carbureted.
Just like sticking out like sore thumbs over there. But it's pretty funny. I always like doing that. Even if it is an import meet, bring my truck and just park it right in the middle. That's actually kind of cool. There's Lieberman right there. Maybe Walker. What was on the other side? Oh, Sung. That's really interesting, doing it on your head like that. This thing's kind of cool. I wouldn't mind doing an RV or a JZ and a Ford. I feel like that would be cool. Like an old, like something like my truck, or Mustang, or Fingerling, or Galaxy, some motor like this. Just like Finnegan. Just like Finnegan did. That thing is sick.
I've been running coppers on it since Japan.
Alright, this means
Got a lot here.
Damn. Alright guys, so Foxbody. I'm not really sure what happened there. I can verify that previously in the video where I broke it, I had everything plugged in, and for whatever reason I did not have voltage at the injector. This time I do, just for whatever reason when I was testing it I had the distributor unplugged. But beforehand it was definitely plugged in, I know that for a fact. So I really have no idea what's going on with this car. It has a new distributor, TFI sensor, PIP sensor, a MSD, has an MSD TFI coil in it, so it's got a pretty hot coil in it now. You can hear it when it runs. It does run really good. The only thing I haven't verified yet is fuel pressure. So that's what we're going to do in the following video. So in the following video, I'm going to go ahead and get a fuel pressure gauge and actually verify fuel pressure, make sure the fuel pump, fuel pickup is good. I know I have fuel at the Schrader valve. I know it's running good. Just for whatever reason, above that 2,000 to 3,000 RPM range, the car breaks up really, really bad. I'm not really sure why. So that's the next thing I'm going to look into. Also going to check that 10 pin connector, make sure everything's good right there. But yeah, really weird. I mean, this whole car it's very confusing with the wiring and stuff like that. To me, I'm more of a carburetor guy myself, but I'm learning with this thing. It's teaching me a lot, but I will admit I'm a little frustrated with this. I'm not really sure where to go from here. So let me know what you guys think down below. Any help is greatly appreciated. With that being said, like the video if you did enjoy it. I'll see you guys in the next video with the Foxbody. Bye guys.